JC. What's up, Vince?
Good morning, and thanks for being here as we start kind of a new chapter in our organization. Thursday night, we made a decision to move a great player, and but over these last 4 or 5 days, we've sat and talked, and we're really excited about the direction we're about to head down. And after last night, having sat with our 3 new players and getting to know them a little bit better, we feel even better about it. We've got 3 high-quality, high-character young men to join our organization. We believe they're going to play the game the right way and fit into everything that we're doing. So it's an exciting day for us, and it's we've defined our direction. We're going to make decisions based on that direction from this day forward, and we're happy to have you guys here. We really are. So I'm going to let Gar say a few words.
Well, I think just what John said. I think we've got 3 young athletic guys that are very, very talented. They're very versatile. They each bring different things to the team. We've got with Lauri's ability to shoot the ball, his mobility. Kris is a guy who impacts the ball defensively, can make off the bounce. Zach's ability to make athletic plays, to shoot it. It's kind of amazing that you're still only 22 years old. And I think that's the exciting thing, is that all 3 of these guys fit in that window that John is talking about, and that we can make decisions based on that. But these guys fit where we're headed, what we're trying to do. They give us versatility. And again, we're really, really excited to welcome them to Chicago and to the Chicago Bulls organization.
It's our organization. You guys should welcome them right now. All you guys back there.
My question's for Zach LaVine. Jim Rose, ABC 7. You're coming off a knee injury. First off, your health, how are you doing, and when can we expect you to be on the court and ready to go for the Bulls?
Yeah, I'm feeling really good attacking this injury, like I do everything in life. Working my butt off for it every day, in the gym, doing as much possible. There's always that base timeline of 9 to 12 months with it. I feel like with my ability, I'm always able to come back early, but I really haven't set a timetable for that. But, I'm very confident I'm going to come back better than I have, and it's giving me time to work on my mental game, my strength, and, just learn the game of basketball more. So, I have no fear at all, coming back from this.
Zach, right next to Jim, Mark Shanowski, CSN Chicago. Yep. We saw some pictures of you wearing Bulls gear back in the day.
Yeah.
Is that something played in the house that Jordan built that you dreamed of doing one day? And what's it going to be like for you to be the leader of this franchise going forward at such a young age? I'm just here trying to, do the best I can. I'm very humble and very, happy to come to a situation like this with a great franchise. Not everybody gets this opportunity. So, just growing up, I was a Space Jam fan. I know everything about Michael Jordan. I was talking to Pax. I've known him since, before I was born. So it's, it's just a great opportunity. It's just very humbling and very satisfying to be here in these colors in these cities, do the best I can for it.
Question for Kris. This is Casey Johnson with the Chicago Tribune. What was the experience like for you, your rookie season? Obviously, statistically, it might not have been what you liked. What was the experience like playing for Tom Thibodeau? And also, what strengths do you think you bring to the Bulls organization?
My rookie season, it was a lot of ups and downs. It was basically like a roller coaster ride. Playing under Tom, he helped me become a professional basketball player. He taught me how to be a pro because he loves players that love to work. And he made sure that, all his guys are always in the gym working hard and, attacking every day, trying to improve and trying to get better each and every day. And, just keep learning the game. So I think, Tom, he really helped me, just learn how to be a pro. And, I think what I could bring to the Bulls is just, my tenacity on defense. I really take pride on my defense, so I'm going to try to bring that over here and, just try to interact with everybody. My new teammates, a new organization, just trying to get to know a lot of guys, their personality, and, just try to come out here and try to prove every day.
in the back here, Fred, Nick Friedel, ESPN. Now with these guys in the fold, and you still have to see how free agency plays out, but do you feel like this roster plays more to your strengths than at any other point since you've been here?
Well, I'm really excited about the opportunity to coach this young group of players, Nick. And, you know, with the players that we have coming back from last year's roster, you know, the 5 guys that we had in a rotation last year that had 1 or 2 years of experience, I think will fit very well with our new players. You know, so it's an exciting time, you know, for me, you know, to be able to grow with these guys. I think it's a hard-playing group of guys that have a very good skill set. And, you know, I've been big fans of these guys, you know, just really getting to watch Lauri these last couple of days on film with his ability to stretch the floor and I think play both frontline positions is where this league is going. You know, with his ability to shoot it, with his ability to play make, put the ball on the ground. He's a sneaky athlete. You know, we were huge fans of Kris last year in the draft. I think that's pretty well documented. You know, his ability to push the ball up the floor and play up-tempo basketball is also something I'm very excited about. And then Zach, you know, is a guy that, you know, not many people have the athletic skill set that he has, his ability to get out up and down the floor, his ability to shoot the basketball from anywhere, and again, fit in with the guys that we had last year with, you know, again, the 5 first and second year players with Denzel and with Paul, with Jaron, with Kris, and with Bobby. You know, as well as obviously some of the other veterans that we have coming back. So I'm very excited about coaching this group of guys.
This question's for Kris back here. John Greenberg from The Athletic. Bulls had a lot of point guards last year. They're trying to work in young guys. Some struggled a little bit shooting. And we talked a lot about point guard of the future. What makes you think you could be that point guard of the future, and how have you been working on maybe improving your shooting a little bit?
I think just by being in the gym every day, to show my team that I'm committed, you know, to work hard and, you know, learn the game and, you know, buy into the system. I think that's the biggest thing. In order to, you know, do what you want to do, you have to build each and everybody's trust. And I think that's what I'm going to just come in here and do. Be myself, let my personality show, and just show guys that I'm willing to work with them.
This is for Zach. Megan Mawicki, CBS Chicago. Playing in Minnesota alongside 2 top picks, obviously, how much now being center stage do you think that will even help you maybe grow and develop even faster?
You know, I appreciate my time in Minnesota with those guys. Those are my best friends. And, you know, it teaches you a lot, especially growing up as a young 19-year-old and then all the way to, you know, now, you know, still young at 22. But, you know, I'm ready for it, very humble. And, you know, it's time to get going. I'm going to come in here, work my butt off like I always do. Going here full confidence. And, you know, I'm just extremely excited to get this ball rolling and, you know, see what we can do.
John, Rick Morrissey from the Sun-Times. This trade has been pretty roundly criticized, and I wonder, kind of as a competitive guy, what your reaction is to that, and your feelings about kind of the reception of this.
When you make a deal like this, I've always said this, if you're thinking about it in terms of winning and losing, it's the wrong way to look at it. We defined a direction. And I've always felt, you know, if you're going to talk in those terms, Jimmy Butler's an all-star player, so Minnesota got a great player in this deal. But we've defined our direction. And we've sat here for, you know, we made the playoffs 9 out of 10 years, wasn't good enough. And we have to now reset what we're about. And I'm telling you, last night when we sat down with these 3 young men, they are quality people and they're really good basketball players. And we have an opportunity to let them grow with our head coach and with this coaching staff. The summer so far, before we even made the trade, our young guys have been terrific. I'm excited about what the environment in this building is going to be like heading forward, and we're thrilled to have them. I'm not worried about perception. We understand this will take time and is a process, but as long as these kids play hard and compete, our fans will appreciate them and we'll get better.
Fred, Casey Johnson, Chicago Tribune. You know, since Gar and John spoke at the end of the season, they talked about the premium that's going to be placed on player development, and they've also talked about how much the young players have been buying into the off-season program. How confident are you, especially now that you've flipped over the roster and gotten even younger, how confident are you in that department, and are there examples from last season that you point to that show some growth in that area?
Sure, yeah. I'm very confident in our player development department, Casey. And, you know, you look at last year, there was only 5 teams in the league that played 5 players in their first and second year. The other 4 were Phoenix, Philadelphia, New York, and Miami. And, you know, we developed our young guys and made the playoffs. And that was our goal last year, was to develop our younger players and again, try to get into the postseason, which we did accomplish. Obviously, there were some frustrations with last year as well, with inconsistent play. You know, the thing is, it's absolutely true what John said about the guys buying into our off-season development program. They've been here. They all took about 2 or 3 weeks off. They've been here the last month. Not only the 5 guys that I mentioned, but, you know, Nico has been in here every day. Looks terrific. Campaign has been in here every day. These 3 guys are all willing to get back in this gym. So you're going to have 10 of your players in this gym working towards next season and developing not only their skill set, but also developing chemistry, which is going to be very important for this roster moving forward. So, you know, I'm excited about what we've accomplished so far this summer. And I'm looking forward to getting out in the summer league, where we should have quite a few of our guys on that roster.
Sean Hike in The Athletic. There's a question for Lauri. How comfortable are you playing both front court positions? I know you played a lot of 4 in college, but in the modern NBA, 5s have to kind of be able to go out and shoot. So are you going to be able to play both front court positions?
Yeah, I'm really comfortable doing both things. So I've played all 5 positions during my whole life, just starting from a guard, and just last season played at the 5. So I'm really comfortable doing both on defensive end and both on offense too.
Steve Ashburner, NBA.com. For Zach, as excited as you are to get going, you're coming off an injury that in this league is regarded as benefiting from a calendar year of recovery. You're also joining a franchise that John said the other night they wanted to be conservative and probably a little gun shy about ACLs. How are you going to balance your eagerness to contribute here and get involved with doing the smart thing by your injury?
Regardless, I'm going to be safe. You know, that's the main thing, is always being safe. And, you know, I always have to take care of, you know, myself and this franchise as well. So I'm going to be safe. I'm going to do everything I can, you know, physically to get back. And then when I'm at that point, you know, I'm going to be ready. But, you know, I'm the type of person that's going to work my butt off to get there as fast as possible. And, you know, I'm going to be ready when I am there.
Hi, this is a question for Lauri. Dave Kerner, WBBM Radio. How much work do you see ahead of you when it comes to perfecting the defensive game in the NBA?
I know there's a work to do, like always, but I'm the type of person who's just going to be in the gym, and I'm going to work on that. And I know I'm going to get better when I just put the work in, so I'm pretty confident that it's going to happen.
For John, Cody Westerlund with 670 The Score. Have you made any headway on the Rajon Rondo decision, whether to bring him back, and how's this trade affect that? And you also mentioned veteran leadership the other day. How much of that you want? How many veterans do you want in this group?
Well, that'll still to be determined. As far as Rajon, we've told you how highly we think of him. Zach and Rajon share the same age, and Bill Duffy is here today, so we're gonna sit down with Bill and talk through. But we do understand that veterans are important for a young basketball team. The right veterans, the guys that are good teammates, are supportive of the young guys, and can continue to teach them how to be pros. So those are things we'll be addressing.
Siafa Lewis, NBC5 Chicago. This question is for Kris. I know you're a young man and you've worked very hard to get where you are, but I'm assuming last year was the least successful season of basketball in your young life. What do you think you learned most, and how will that help propel you forward?
Don't ever give up. You know, throughout my whole life, you know, I had a lot of ups and downs in personal life, and you know, the reason why I got here is because I never gave up. I have a great family who's here today. I have great friends, and you know, they always push me. You know, no matter what. And my personal mentality is just to never give up. Last year, I accept that I had a bad year, but I'm always in the gym right now. Every day I'm trying to get in the gym so that I don't have to have a bad year this year. So to answer your question, just never give up.
Kris Cook, Chicago Tribune. Lauri, I know you're in the United States last year, but not only adjusting to life in the NBA, but I think you're probably still adjusting to kind of life in the United States. What are the challenges of balancing that, especially in a city like Chicago?
I never had any problems adjusting to living here, so it was really easy for me, so that's not a problem for me, and especially Chicago. What I've seen looks a lot like home, so I'm going to be really comfortable here.
Sam Smith with Bulls.com. Is it Lauri? How do you pronounce his name?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I just have a question also other than that one. You know, we Americans are big on stereotypes, and even though it's not a good idea, we still use them all the time. When you're 7 foot and a white guy, the notion is, well, you're soft. And so how do you answer that when people bring that up? And they bring it up in the, unfortunately, United States. Now, I don't like to be partying, I said.
I know the stereotype is there, but I don't include myself in that. It's just, I'm not soft, I play hard, but I see what's there, but I think it's getting away slowly from players just coming from overseas and changing that. So.
John, Casey Johnson, Chicago Tribune. You mentioned it's important to have the right veterans on this team. How much conversation or contact have you had with Dwayne Wade since the Jimmy Butler trade? And there's quite a bit of speculation about whether or not he may ask for a buyout. Where do you guys stand on that?
Well, I know Gar has spoken to Leon Rose, Dwayne's agent. And as far as a buyout has not been broached, I will say this, that in this type of scenario, it would have to benefit us. It would absolutely have to benefit us. Dwayne was a great pro last year, and he's been around a lot of different situations. You know, he was in Miami when they, had a couple of rebuilding years as well. So right now we're operating under the assumption that he'll be here. But like I said, if that subject is ever broached by them, then it would have to be advantageous for us.
Fred, Vince Goodwill, CSN Chicago. John and Gar have talked about player development with some of these young guys. When you look at Zach and how much room he has to grow, what type of player do you foresee him developing into over the next couple of years, assuming his injury is he's fully recovered from that?
Well, I'll tell you this, Vince. I know a lot of people in the Timberwolves organization from my time playing there and also working in the front office. And the way that people just rave about his work ethic, about his daily approach, about the time he spends in the gym, about how he has tackled this injury on a daily basis, to get himself back on the court as soon as possible. It's unbelievable. So he's got a high ceiling because of how athletic he is and the way he shoots the ball. He's still got a lot of room to grow. And it's exciting when you have a guy that can get out and make highlight level plays above the rim and also shoot the ball 5 feet behind the three-point line. You've got a guy that you can do a lot of things with. So, we're sitting back in our coaches' meetings since this trade has been made. We spent an hour on the floor this morning just trying to put in things that can benefit and put these guys in positions on the basketball court to take advantage of those skill sets. Is very exciting right now with this young group, not just with these three guys sitting up here today, but also with the other young pieces that we have on this roster. So. It's exciting to think about the possibilities of what you can do with players like them and with players like Zach with the skill set that he has.
I'll add this too. The fact that, we talk all the time, players in this league generally get in their prime 26, 27 years old. Obviously our two, Kris and Lauri, have huge upside in terms of development, but Zach's still a young guy, and he's not even reached his prime yet. So that's what's exciting, is that they're all three are really talented. They all have the work ethic that we all want to see, and yet their prime is well in front of them. That they have a great opportunity to grow as basketball players and grow together and with these other young guys we have within this organization. That remains the most exciting part about this, and I think that's where we're going to, again, define what we're going to be as an organization.
Zach, Josh Friedman, WGN-TV. As a fellow Pac-12 guy, did you watch Lauri play at Arizona? What were your thoughts of him, and what excites you about playing with him for years to come?
Yeah, I watched a couple games. You know, watching the UCLA, so I have to introduce him into. And, you know, every time we play, we don't have a little game or something like that between us and Arizona. So, but no, he can spread the floor. He can really shoot that thing. And whenever you have somebody in a pick and roll that can shoot, they have to respect that. So, you know, I've seen a lot of them. I'm gonna definitely go in and do some research and, you know him more personally now. But, you know, I'm also very excited to play with someone like that caliber.
John, this question is for you. Just wondering what your message is to your fans, your customers. Are you asking for patience during this period of time? Are you calling it a rebuild? And whether you call that or not, again, basically, what is your message to your fans?
Well, we've changed our direction. We were not satisfied with being middle of the pack, kind of in no man's land, and so we defined it. And I think that you ask for patience because it's going to be, as you see with teams that do rebuild, it takes time. But I think if you do it in the right way with high character people, which we're going to do, and you put a team out there that Fred, he and his staff have done a terrific job already this summer. They just keep demanding that these guys play the right way, work hard every day. They'll see a product out there that I think they can be proud of and will see hope. And so look, there will be painful times. There always are, but I think when you're all unified in the direction you're going, and that's the only agenda, you have a chance. So we've defined it, and I think our fans, if they give us time and are patient, we'll show them results.
Kris, what's Zach like as a teammate, and how did you see him handle the ACL tear, which is obviously a huge blow to anybody's career?
He's a great teammate. I think the reason why is because he let his personality be shown. Good kid, funny guy once you get to know him. But he handled the ACL very well. A lot of people, who get into injuries, they like to shy away from the team. And we'll have shoot-arounds in the morning. Zach would be there. He'll watch the games. He'll text us when we're on the road. Even when we have a big win, he'll let his presence be known by texting everybody, saying good game, or if we had a bad game, just keep your head up, keep going. And Zach helped me out a lot, because he already played in the NBA, and I went to him for advice, and he was always opening, to give me advice. So I mean, Zach's a great teammate. He's a great leader. I'm glad he's right next to me.
All right. Wonderful.
Yeah,